go, guys. Welcome to the Blast from the Past movie podcast. I'm one of your hosts, CJ.
Joe Kill keeping it real.
And I'm Mad Mike.
And this is the podcast we talk about movies from the past and if we do or do not like them.
Oh my god, man. Now you're just trying to mess it up.
Isn't he though?
Oh, man.
He knows better by this point.
I do know better by this point, man. You want me to do it over again?
No, we just gonna leave it alone.
No, I'll just.
That's right.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you,
just gonna do
sir.
that.
Basically, we talk about old school movies and their remakes and whether they should or should not be remade. And today's podcast is a special one to me because it's actually the first podcast we started with. Actually, before Matt Mike actually joined the podcast, this is the podcast that, or the movie that sparked the whole idea of the Blast from the Past movie podcast, which is.
Don't say it.
Don't say it? Okay. Which is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Turtles in a Half Shell.
That's why I didn't want him to say it.
Only supposed to say Turtle Power. Come on, guys.
He's over there doing the martial arts, so I mean, I was expecting him to say it.
True.
Oh.
But not the cartoon itself, but the actual 1990 movie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is one of my top 5 favorite movies of all times. And when I saw the remake that came out in 2012, or 2012, I was so utterly upset on the mistreatment of this story. The mistreatment of these damn characters.
Yes, thank you.
Why are you bruhing me?
Not you.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
calling Michael Bay.
Yeah. Michael Bay could have just killed himself. I mean, because I would have been a little bit better of what he was attempting to do with this movie.
Now, my question is to you: you know Michael Bay? You know Michael Bay?
Mm-hmm.
Did you really expect anything different?
Yes.
Why?
I expected things to be different in the movie because it is an iconic movie. I mean, it's an iconic movie.
But what I'm trying to get you to understand is this is from the same guy who made Bumblebee a damn Camaro.
I understand that.
Okay.
But at the same time, something that has been proven that has the cult following up there with a Back to the Future, up there with a Star Wars, up there with...
You're getting a little out of hand now.
I'm not getting out of hand. There is a massive audience and a massive following of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. From
Absolutely.
the comic book to the TV show to the movies.
I'm not disputing that.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, and once again, I'm going to go back to Transformers because before Transformers had their movie, they had a cult following as toys.
Not even a cult following. It was
It's
just
just basically
pop culture.
Yeah, pop culture.
Changing Bumblebee from a classic
VW Bug
Volkswagen Beetle to a Camaro, no one would have said that was gonna fly.
Yeah, this is true.
And to me, it made.
And I remember back in those days in was it late 2006, early 2007, when like the concept art leaked for Optimus and Megatron, and people were like, "What the fuck is this? This is so like." All their parts are showing. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
and I'm just so and here's the cold thing about it is, man, and we're not taking phone calls in right now, so we're gonna have to tell these people to
Yeah, we're not a radio show.
Yeah, we're not gonna call in yet, but we'll get to that point. But first of all, let's start off with the one thing I liked in the comparison of both movies. So I'm comparing the 1990s original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus the whatever remake that was. Yeah, comparing it to the original. I mean, the remake that was done back in. It was 2014. I want to say, yeah, 2014.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, 2014. And the one thing I liked about but what this one did was they got the title right.
Wow, just the title?
Just the title. They got the fucking title right. That's the only thing that I actually enjoyed about this remake of one of my favorite movies. And
Now, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
How could they have fucked up the title where you wouldn't like it, though?
Okay, because it could have been like Turtles from Space, Turtles in a Half Shell, because the original Michael Bay wanted to make the Turtles from outer space.
Yeah,
They want to make them alien turtles.
Yeah, he did.
So they could have did like Turtles in Space.
I remember that.
Turtles from the Outback. I don't know. It wouldn't have been Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You know what I mean? It
True,
could have
yeah.
been something totally different. Like, like when you, well, I guess this really doesn't make it. I guess it doesn't really matter because it's a prequel. But like when you have the Alien franchise and they came out with Prometheus, which
was claimed not to be
an alien movie.
an alien prequel. They claimed they held on to that for so long
Exactly.
that it was not a prequel to Aliens, and then they wound up making Alien
Covenant.
Covenant, which tied both movies together and was like, here it is. It's actually part of the movie. I'm like, you jackass.
So yeah, so you know what I mean? Like, so I think what Michael Bay should have did if he wanted more freedom or creative control of this movie was to do a prequel to the 1990s version.
Yeah, but then he couldn't make it. He couldn't make huge giant turtles.
Don't get me started. That was one of the things I really hated. Like, why do these turtles look like fucking avatars?
Hey.
That's what I want to know. Why did the turtles look like avatars?
Hey, Mike, did you like that? Completely quieted him down. He couldn't say a word. He was done.
Kills.
What?
What? Okay, so now, I mean, everybody.
So I'll tell you this right now.
Okay.
I did not even go to see these remake movies because Michael Bay, and you know how crazy he is when he hires Megan Fox back onto this movie because he originally fired her from the third Transformers movie because she compared his directing style to Hitler.
And then turned around and hired her for this. Yes, I agree with that.
Exactly.
She's dumb for that.
No,
She is dumb for that, and he's even dumber.
Nah, man, you stupid for she's stupid. I don't care.
As soon as I heard that she was going to be in the movie, I was like, yeah, I'm not, like, any interest I did have in this, already gone.
I was like, when I heard that she's gonna be in the movie, my immediate thought was, who's she gonna be?
Yeah, because I didn't see her.
Who's she gonna be? Was she gonna be April's sister?
Well.
Is it gonna be April's sister? Does April have a sister now that we don't know about? Like,
I don't know, but
was she gonna be like a person that was competing with April at the news station for her job? Like, you know what I mean? Maybe that would have made sense if you want to bring her ass into the movie.
I look at it this way. I've seen the movies.
Yeah.
I've watched them a couple times just to see if there was something I missed that could have made it a better movie.
Yeah.
And I still don't like April O'Neil.
You talking about the new one?
The Megan Fox April
Yeah.
O'Neil. Yeah.
I didn't get it.
And she's not an April O'Neil to me.
The thing that killed me the most, okay, and Mike, I know you haven't seen the remakes, all right? So this is a spoiler.
Spoiler for those who haven't seen it, and if you haven't seen
But
it, really shame on you because it's just something that you should just get out the way.
Okay, so the thing that killed me the most was the damn origin story of the Turtles. Okay, so Mike, the origin story goes like this, and Kills, feel free to jump in if I'm missing anything, but I'm gonna try to get him the short version of it. Basically, okay, her father used to work at a laboratory.
Not even the laboratory.
Okay.
Not the laboratory, but the laboratory. Okay, she used to go there as a little girl.
Okay.
There were supposed to be experiments done on baby turtles.
Okay.
She befriended the baby turtles and named the baby turtles.
So she gave them their names.
Yep.
She gave them
Fuck up number one.
their names because of a book she found in his office or something like that. I can't remember exactly the details of that part, but she named them. Right?
Okay.
I am totally flabbergasted about this whole idea of April O'Neil naming
Splinter
the fucking
in
turtles.
the movie?
What?
Was Splinter even in it?
Splinter was in the movie. That's the whole thing. Like, we already know that it's fantasy. Now, I get it.
Yeah.
I get that it's already fantasy, but a true person who loves turtles is gonna know that it made more sense for
Splinter
to raise them because he was a pet of a Nujitsu master
Wait.
mimicking the moves from his cage.
He still raised them.
He did still raise them because they got lost in the sewer.
But he was an everyday sewer rat.
But he was an everyday sewer rat that got some of the stuff on him, and that's how we got to this point.
And he read a book.
Now, here's the thing, too. He learned Nujitsu from a book.
So he was
in this one.
Yeah.
In the original. Not original, but in the remake. He learned Nujitsu from a freaking training book on Nujitsu. That just happened to be in the damn sewers.
Which to me is already bad because there's not going to be a book on ninjutsu.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
That someone's going to toss in the sewers.
And the whole thing is why that he could master the art of Nujitsu and do the moves because he was infected by this radioactive ooze, whatever it was, and his brain is a lot, better than everybody else's, and so it just freaking lost me. I was so mad.
Can you tell he was upset? Just a little bit?
Yeah. No, actually, no. I don't think he was mad at all.
I'm sorry, man. I'm just very passionate about this movie. It's just, that was...
Hold on, audience at home. You don't say.
Yeah. I mean, this is... Oh, wait, well, I'm forgetting my background right there.
Yeah. Put your background.
You also got your poster above your head.
Yeah.
Big turtle fan. So, yeah,
Okay. Enough of what you didn't like about the movie, because we've expressed that already in the first podcast.
Yeah.
Tell us some things you liked about it.
I told you what I liked about it. The title.
That's it. That's all.
The title. Okay, I kick that back. I think it's kind of if April. Okay, once I get over the fact that Meg Fox, she's April, and I just get over that fact, the beginning on how she got introduced to the turtles. You know what I mean? Because she's chasing a story, and they beat up some ninjas in the night, kind of like how they did like in the first one, and he loses his sai, which who doesn't know what a sai is? Basically, it's a giant fork. I mean, I don't know how else to tell you that.
It is not a giant fork.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to give people out there that don't know what it is, because if I ask you to explain it,
Google it.
Yes, thank you.
Google it.
It's a sai.
But not the Korean sai. It's
See,
SAI.
see how much you got to go. I just trying to give our people that don't know much, that.
Style.
Right. So that part was okay. How it started. Okay. And the other thing I can say that I kind of did like was, since it was a modern take, like they were more modern, like in the 2000s,
right.
These turtles, I did like the perception of the foot soldiers in the new one.
Okay.
They were a little more like, they weren't like really ninjas per se. They were like, mercenaries. They kind of like, but they dressed in all the black. I knew from the get-go they're gonna be the Foot Clan, but they didn't wear the traditional Foot Clan stuff. But they were dressed in all black. They had the hoodies on. They kind of like SWAT, but like an evil SWAT.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So that part was
like the kind of guys you would send in for a covert ops in.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. That happened to know some type of skills. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That part, okay, I can get behind a little bit to make it modern.
Yeah.
Okay. So I did like that aspect of it too.
Right.
And again, that's probably it
Okay.
But then it made me think, and then this is where Michael Bay totally super lost me.
Lost you again?
Lost me, well, more than like, cause I was trying to get over the fact, okay, that's kind of cool how the Foot Clan, but then it made me think, wait, time out, they got guns and shit. They got guns and all these weapons and all this stuff. I'm like, how are they fighting? How the turtles gonna fight this? He made the fucking turtles bulletproof.
Their shells.
Like just straight up bulletproof.
Their
like
shells are bulletproof.
The shells
and
are
they
bulletproof.
find out like in a battle, oh my god, we can bounce bullets off of us. Like their shell is bulletproof.
I mean, they're freaking 8-foot turtles.
I mean,
And they're Avatar turtles.
So with,
in the cartoon series, I mean, the shells have been pretty tough, especially when they're going up against like interdimensional beings. But
Yeah, but you're not talking about like getting blasted on. If you're relating it to the 1990s version, the original version, there was no guns in the scenes.
and
They were ninjas.
Right.
They were ninjas. They fought like ninjas. And at that time, they weren't really getting. Only time one of them got dinged was when Donatello got dinged on his shell, and that was it.
okay, but and this is
Raphael falls through a damn ceiling
yeah,
of the second time around store
right.
and damn near dies. You see what I'm saying?
He's
And that was a
spends,
dramatic
like,
murder.
30 minutes in a coma.
Yeah, and that's a dramatic
30 minutes
scene.
screen time.
Yeah, that was a dramatic scene.
And I get,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. I understand you.
Okay, go ahead.
I understand you.
My bad, man. I'm
But-
sorry.
No.
My
no,
bad,
no,
guys.
you're
I'm
good,
sorry.
You're good.
It's my
you're
movie.
good,
I
you're
can't
good.
do it.
Yeah, but you also got to take in consideration. In all actuality, the cops didn't have guns in the first movie. In New York City, who do you know that does not have a gun?
He does have a point there.
Okay, you talking about in the original?
Yeah, well, yeah, in the original.
Okay, and I understand that part. But how often were the cops in the movie in the original?
But all I'm saying is,
Yeah, they were always late to the scene.
they were always late to the
Exactly.
scene. But all I'm saying is, the idea of say the Foot, because they're not they're not dressed like ninjas.
Yeah.
So Michael Bay, and I'm not defending Michael Bay because, like I said, I don't like the fact that he hired her back anyway. Because but
Yeah.
all I'm saying is, unfortunately he went the 8-foot turtle route, but he was, I guess he was trying to put a little bit of real New Yorkism into the movie, because nobody in New York, if you got people in New York walking around and they're criminals, they're gonna have guns.
Okay, I understand that, and I get that.
Any self-respecting criminal in New York would have a gun. Yeah.
Right. So that I mean, that's where I think he was trying to go with that. Now,
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Now, as far as that goes, I've pretty much kind of, wrapped something around to Little Pretty Bone, so you won't be as upset. Because there's hold on. But I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna go to Mike, and then we'll come back to you and your grievances.
Okay. Go
Okay.
ahead. Yeah.
The part about the movie, the newer movie, the remake that I liked, was the actual, not the size of them, but the actual turtles themselves. Because he actually made Michelangelo more kid-like. He made Donatello was more scientific with the glasses thing and everything like that. Raphael was more of a hothead than he was in the original movie.
Yeah.
And, Leonardo, unfortunately, I hate that they made Leonardo this way, but he stayed with that theory of Leonardo is that reluctant leader.
Mm-hmm.
And that that was the one thing that I did like about it, as far as liking the movie,
Okay.
because he did develop their characteristics very well, I believe.
And
Okay.
honestly, a lot of those characteristics actually have been brought forward into some of the current cartoons as well. I think there's I'm assuming it's just called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but whatever the current cartoon series is, the four do look dramatically different from each other. They got different skin tones. Like you said, Donatello's got like gadgetry on his eyes and stuff. Raphael's like super huge.
Are you talking about the one that they made Raphael the new leader? Is that
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if he's the leader in this new one, but whatever the current, I think Nickelodeon show is that they have.
Okay.
And then they made them different types of turtles too. They're all different types of turtles. They're not all the same turtle
You're talking about the cartoon?
in the cartoon.
Oh,
Well, that's a whole different shebang in
No,
itself.
I'm just
Yeah.
expanding on what Mike is saying.
Okay. Well, here's the thing, right? Let me. I know you try to wrap it up in a pretty little bone for me to make me feel better about that. But here's the thing: you still, with Donatello, you could have used Donatello's intelligence for him to make something to deflect the damn bullets. If that's the case, a turtle shell that he made, they all can have, where you push a button and a shell comes out of his watch or something. I can understand. I can understand that part.
Maybe use turtle wax.
Stop it. Even if that's the case, show him making the damn bulletproof turtle wax. I will go with that at least. I will go with that. But there's no back. Hey, we're bulletproof. Like, it was so damn stupid for them to do that. And here's the thing. I'm gonna ask you, Mike. Okay, if you can give me 3 standout things from the 1990s Teenage Mutant Turtles that you liked, okay, I guarantee it was not in this movie. So I'm gonna let you think about that. Okay, do you need a second?
One standout thing. From
Can you give me three like things that stand out to you that were really important to you that you thought that maybe everybody was like that was a moment.
Okay.
Okay. If you need time to think, I can go to kills. If you need time to think.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Kills.
Okay. The turtle wax one.
Okay.
Because.
Yeah.
Okay, that was in the original. That's why I did that, folks. Just
Yeah.
so you're at home. Also, I like the one where not Raphael, Donatello and Casey Jones are going back and forth with each other.
Yeah.
While they're working on the truck.
Yes.
I love that scene.
Oh, yeah.
I love that scene.
Okay.
And,
that would have been one of mine.
And the actual other scene, can I name from the other movies or just the original?
Just give me the 1990s one. The first one. Just give me the first one right now.
Wasn't the second one in the 90s too?
What?
The second Turtle movie?
Yeah, but I'm talking about the 1990.
So,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So, from the original. Okay. And my third one was actually the way Shredder died, or you think Shredder dies in it.
Okay. Mike, so you said you agree with him. One of them was the banter between Donatello.
Yeah, between Donatello and Casey, yeah.
Okay, and what's another two?
Another one would be the intro where it's showing all the petty thievery happening in New York.
Okay.
And it's like the teenagers and kids stealing from the most random places, and like you see like the lady, she's like made like kind of like a patio on her,
and her TV gets
and her TV gets stolen like right as the camera like pans away for just a moment.
Okay.
I thought that was a really good one. I think it was one of the parts where they had the pizza ordered and the guy delivered it through the grate.
Okay.
But like, I was just thinking of like the way they had the trash just lining the whole wall there. And
okay.
It's like that's such a '90s thing.
And you know the guy that played the Domino Pizza Man was actually the one that actually played Michelangelo.
Oh, okay.
They went back and forth, so a lot of them made cameos in the movie itself.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. Let me ask you this then. Follow-up question is, do you think those things you just named and the things that Kills named are must be things to be in the original? I mean, the remake.
I highly doubt that they were in the new one.
No, there were none of those things that you even named were in nobody. None of it.
Okay, wait. Because all the things that we named were situational too.
Okay, I understand they're situational, but there are certain things and there's certain moments that people remember, even catchphrases, even lines. The whole Seiko bat? Tell me, you didn't pay money for this. Right. That is a very iconic line.
But it is an iconic line to that situation in the movie. If you don't put that situation in the movie, then you don't have that line.
Okay, but that's
Like
what I'm saying though. It missed it that part when Raphael goes off and he gets mad because he loses his freaking side. You know, that still could have happened in the original movie, and you could have modernized it. He still could have went on a tantrum and all this stuff, and it didn't have to be a whole Kasego back. It could have been something else that was not worth that much money.
But they didn't introduce Casey Jones until the second movie,
and that's where I understand that. But I'm saying that that's where I'm saying they fucked up on the original one.
But but you're not getting what I'm saying. You want everything from the first one in the remake, and it's not gonna be that way because it's his interpretation of how it's gonna go.
I understand his interpretation on the go, but
I do agree with that. The plot of the original movie was it was supposed to be very self-contained, like a very I don't want to say watered down, but a very condensed version of the plot lines that we see everywhere else, though.
But okay, but I understand that, man. But what you guys I feel like are not understanding is, it's like you guys have peelers for this house, right? There are certain peelers that need to happen in order to build this damn house, and these are a must have in the kind of a movie. Whether it be a change of what the peeler looks like,
Okay.
it's still got to hold up the house. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this, and this is going to be just a little off topic, but I want to get an understanding.
Okay.
And this is the best way I can get that understanding.
Okay.
If you took Michael Keaton's Batman and put it up against Christian Bale's Batman, those are two different Batman. The movies, everything. They're
Yes.
two different things, right?
You're absolutely right.
So why are people like people are passionate about Batman? Why are they not as passionate about that kind of change that you are about this kind of change?
Because here's the thing, right? In the Batmans, the origin story didn't change. It was still the same origin story. It was still the same origin story through majority of all the Batmans.
Right.
On how he became Batman, why he became Batman.
Okay.
All that never changed. In this movie, it did change.
So basically,
now,
you're condemning the whole movie on an origin?
No, okay, no, yeah, well, that's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons. But okay, let me continue because you're using your Batman example.
Right.
Right. So obviously, if we do the Christian Bale's Batman, all right, and the introduction of Joker, okay,
Which took place after.
which places after, right?
Right.
Now they introduced a different kind of
Joker.
scenes. Yeah, the different kind of scene. But see, here's the problem. Here's the problem with the Batman when you're naming. Okay, there were so many other Batman movies prior to the Christian Bale one. It was like, can we just get to a certain point? And that wasn't even off the original series. That was off the Dark Knight series of the comic.
Right.
It wasn't even off the original series.
Right.
So people went. I'm assuming Batman fans went in with a notion knowing like, okay, this ain't the original one. It's off this comic. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. For example, like they went off the comic of, 1990s one went off of the comic.
Right.
Okay, and that's why I'm saying so. But it was closer to the comic. This one, you at least gotta have something. You gotta give me something that is similar or something that catches my eye. That's like, okay, that was like kind of in the original. It don't have to be to a T. Like I said, it didn't have to be a Hoga single pack. It could be something for the time. Like I said, they could have used that. The turtle wax thing you're talking about. Like those are things you remember. The banter between Donatello and the fact that they didn't introduce Casey in this movie was stupid. And then they put Super Shredder in the first one instead in the second movie because they knew they were going to do a second movie.
Okay, but once again,
Oh, okay, and here's the thing. I think that is the big difference between these is because when they made the original 1990 movie, they didn't know it was going to be a big hit.
it was going to spawn
We're
off.
not expecting to make a whole franchise out of it. I mean, Ninja Turtles were doing pretty well with at least the comics and the merchandise, at least.
Yeah.
But they weren't assured a movie franchise at that point. Whereas with this one, they at least went in with the expectation to do
We're
multiple
gonna get at least two
Exactly.
movies out
So
of this.
so that makes me even more mad because you knew you were going in with more than one sequel. No more than one movie. So you could have did it. You could have put Casey in the first movie. Okay, you could have introduced.
No, they wanted to save him for the sequel.
But this is the saying then. Like now, okay, because this is what you kind of did. Like the second one of the remake that came out in 2016, I liked better than the first one of the remakes,
Okay.
right? because they introduced Bebop and Rocksteady.
And those are your favorites.
Okay, and that's not saying that they're on my favorites, but the fact that they introduced them and that's somebody that's iconic from the cartoon series.
Right.
Because the 1990s version didn't do that. They introduced two different ones with Toka and Razor.
Right.
But I knew in my mind when that came out that, oh shit, they're just kind of going off. They didn't do, Bebop and Rocksteady. They just did Toka and Razor. Okay, I can see that. There's the correlation. You see what I'm saying? And then, so you introduce, Bebop and Rocksteady in the second movie.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's exactly what you pretty much did. And that's what the original did was introduce, quote unquote, Bebop and Rocksteady in the second movie with Toka and Razor. And then Super Shredder came in the second movie of the originals and the Secret of the Ooze.
Right.
You see what I'm saying though? Like,
Right.
so you just mismatched the stories and mismatched some of the important aspects in that. And then the ninja rap scene. The only thing that was cool about the second one, because that's when they get the first one's when they get Crane, right? Because Crane comes down in the first one.
No. Krang is in the second one.
In the remake?
Yeah.
He's in the second one.
I believe so.
Okay,
because Casey Jones is in it.
Okay, because only thing that's stumping me right now is what scene. Hold on.
You got three new villains in Out of the Shadows. You got Bebop, Rocksteady, and Krang.
Okay.
Oh no, you got four because Baxter Stockman was in it also.
Okay, but here's my thing though. All I'm saying is whichever scene it was when they were beatboxing in the elevator, which a lot of people liked. They thought it was funny.
Yeah, I think
you saw in the commercial.
That in the trailer for the second movie.
That's the
To
second
me, I feel like that was their redemption of
the
ninja rap.
yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's that. So I'm like, okay, I kind of get that, but still, like they should have, you know what I mean? Because when you remember now, let's go back. Let's go to Seeker of the Ooze. Let's go to number 2. Now they find out more about their origin because of the ooze and the story and all that good stuff, and the guy from TGI Fridays, TJRI.
Yeah, TGI Fridays. The waiter.
And so here's my thing too, right? So in the second movie, what were some things that stood out to you, Mike, in the remake? I mean, the original Secret of the Ooze.
It's been a long time since I've seen it. I don't remember much of it, but I do. The one thing I do absolutely remember is Bebop and Rocksteady, or they had different names.
Toka
right?
and Razor.
Well, they were two different characters.
Toka and
Yeah.
Razor. I remember them being created and busting out of the cargo containers.
Okay, got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we don't get that in this remake, but what about you, Akils? What is it in the original remake? I mean, not remake, but
the second one.
the second one, Secret of the Ooze. What was the things that stood out to you the most?
I have a couple, and I want to go back to the original just real quick. The other scene that I liked was a very opener when they're going Cowabunga, and they were doing all the names. And he goes Bossa Nova, and he goes. They all look at him and go Bossa Nova.
Oh, yeah, right. There you go.
But going to the second movie, a couple of things I did like where one was when they were playing football with the ooze container. When they were playing keep away, sorry, not football, but keep away with the ooze container. And the other scene was when Eno is with Michelangelo and all of them, and they're going to get Ralph because Ralph got captured. And he goes, "Hey, it's quiet." And he goes, "Yeah, a little too quiet." "Hey, that was easy." "Yeah, a little too easy." "Hey, there's Ralph." "Yeah, a little too Ralph."
But you see what I mean? Those are things that stood out.
But these are different interpretations of this same movie. You got, like you said, like you got the origin story in the second movie for the original series, and you got the origin story, even though they changed it. Don't jump on me, but you got that origin story in the first movie.
No, okay. Here's the thing. I understand, but you got the origin story in the original movie and in the sequel in the original series.
You got more.
You both on because when Splinter sits down with April and tells her the story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In the second one, you got how the ooze came to be, and that's how they turned. In this particular movie, okay, I guess what I'm trying to say is, for a movie that is so iconic, okay, that had such a great following, you cannot stray so far from the original stuff. That's what I'm trying to get at.
And yet again, I'm telling you that you're missing the main part of that problem. Michael Bay.
I understand, and that's why I say Michael Bay fucked up. I mean,
Well,
it's simple.
I think it's also. I think it's actually bigger than Michael Bay. I think it's actually the fact that there have been so many other interpretations of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as well.
In the cartoon series, yeah.
There's so many different cartoons, and they actually a lot of them do take a lot of different liberties as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Very similar to what these movies did.
Yeah.
And it's more because it's like a corporatized entity,
right,
than a very consistent mythology.
Yeah.
Right.
No, and I get that, and they did, like, the cartoon series do take a lot of liberties, but that's why we're not talking about the cartoon series. We're talking about the movies, though.
But the movies have the same thing.
I think it's because of those cartoon series that the license holders gave Paramount and Michael Bay that much liberty to do this.
You know what, man? I just realized, and I know I'm probably late to the party with thinking about this. Is Michael Bay made this for this movie, not for the people who liked it the original movie. Like, no, he made this for an audience of 12 to like 20. 12 to 21. That's the audience range he made this movie for. That's what I truly feel. Like, the whole leaving the dang mark of friendship, that's what it means in Japanese, friendship, and making them Avatar turtles, because you just had Avatar that came out, so okay, the kids might like that. The action figures can be bigger and all this stuff. I swear, like, New Line didn't get behind this movie, I feel like, and if they did, they're like, what the hell? And I would love to be. So
do we know who produced the originals?
Yeah, New Line is one on one of them, and then let me see. The other one is hold on. I'll find it for you. But before,
yeah, you're right. It was New Line for the original.
Mm-hmm. And here's the thing. And one reason I wanted to do this podcast and go back to the first one we ever did this on is the simple fact that on the May 23rd or May 24th, the original April O'Neil, her name is Paige Turco, Turco.
The original from 1990?
From 1990.
No, that was hold on, give me just a moment. That was Judith Hogue.
Oh, Judith Hogue, I'm sorry. So
yeah,
she
Paige played April in
the second one.
The other two movies.
The other two movies. Okay, she is doing a 30-year anniversary reunion show on YouTube on, like, I want to say the 23rd, and she's bringing back the original 1990s cast. And I would love to be the person on that wall, be like, yo, please tell me what you thought about this damn remake. I just want to be the fly on the wall. I wonder if she's gonna. I'm gonna watch it because I'm hoping she's gonna ask those questions because she's hosting it, and I'm hoping. Okay. She said they have been together since they've made the original movie.
Wow.
And so, in my mind, I'm like, yo, what? I mean, come on. Like, this was. I'm sorry, man. I'm just. It just tears my heart apart to think that they just how they did this movie.
Right.
And just, you don't have iconic things like, I Instagram follow a lot of, like, turtle stuff. Like, their second time around Instagram, they post a lot, everything turtles. They do a Turtle Tuesday for NECA. And if you never had NECA makes great action figures, and they're like lifelike to the movies that they do them on or their TV shows.
They're pretty decent quality. Yep.
Yeah, they're really decent quality. And they post a Turtle Tuesday every Tuesday, and highlighting different things from the original movies, because that's the action figures they make from the original movies. And I really do enjoy them.
You're still missing one, right?
Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm missing Leonardo of the Turtles. Yeah, they're somewhere. I can't. I don't want to like walk over there and show everybody, but they make great figures and stuff like that. But anyway, but these are. But I'm saying these are like there's iconic moments in like those movies, and it's just like from they what they did get down. I think they did get down right, like you said, was the personalities. I didn't mind them doing like Donatello looking more intelligent, Michelangelo being more kiddish and whatnot. He did have a better comical aspect. I did like the fact that we got the turtle van, but the turtle van, you know, like I said, was from the cartoon. But I did like the fact that they had something like that,
And that didn't show up until the second.
and that didn't show up to the second movie. But it wasn't in the, it was not in the movies. You know what I mean? When it came to, that's cool. Like if you're gonna pull away from something, and you're not gonna stay to the original movie plots, or not plots, but you know, iconic things in the movie, then pull from the cartoon. And that's exactly what they did, because they brought us Bebop and Rocksteady instead of Toka and Razor. They brought us Bebop and Rocksteady, and they brought us the Turtle Wagon. You know, which is from the cartoon standpoint was some great things that you wanted to see.
Right.
So
And even then, it only showed up in the cartoon because they wanted that specific set as a merchandise thing.
oh, definitely.
Or for someone to like collect the turtles and put them and have them interact with something.
Exactly. And I'm like, okay, cool. Because I said, Michael Bay, I feel like he just had no direction. Like, I feel like his direction was just very skewed. I feel like, okay, I'm going to pull some stuff from the cartoon, or I'm going to pull some stuff from the movie. And it's just like,
I will always say the only like truly good Michael Bay movie is The Island with Ewan McGregor and Scarlett Johansson.
Okay.
okay.
If you've ever seen it, it
I
actually
have.
is a really really good movie. But besides that, he is a hack. Everything he touches, it's like we're gonna have boobs and ass and explosions everywhere, and nothing else really matters.
How the hell does he still get work? That's what I want to know.
Because he makes
I've
movies.
been asking myself the same
Because he
thing
makes
for
movies that
10
people go
fucking
see.
years.
What?
Because he makes movies that people go see.
Yo, so he
Unfortunately-
hops on iconic movies
And
just
just
piggybacks off of that.
and tits
Well,
and asses
the
and
thing is,
explosions.
he does get a lot of work with commercials. If you rewatch some of the Transformers movies, especially the first one, it is designed like a giant car commercial
It is.
for all the new cars that GM was pushing
Right.
that year in
That's
2007.
and that was one of the reasons why Bumblebee became Camaro, is because
Yeah.
of that. Because GM sponsored that damn movie.
Yeah, all the
Mm.
cars were GM cars.
Optimus
And
Prime was
the
not.
Camaro reboot basically was their big project. They wanted a new car that was going to be like super marketable. They're like, okay, we're going to revive this old line of cars, and it's going to have a radically different look. Why don't you feature it in the movie as one of your main characters? Yeah, he does stuff like that. He actually does a lot of Victoria's Secret commercials. And you can definitely see that in some of the other movies.
Tits and ass. I mean, but I mean,
Yep.
I feel like people are starting to watch him just because like we know it's gonna be bad. But let's go watch it because it's gonna be funny because it's Michael Bay fucking shit up. Like I feel that's exactly what.
I don't think anyone should pay to see his movies anymore.
Nobody should, you know. And the only thing that I'll say that you know what was bad about the original Turtle series was the third fucking movie. Like you should have never made the third movie. Like Turtles Going in Time was just like it was already far fetched. Not it was already far fetched enough, but you then took it to a whole different level. Now, I'm glad that Michael Bay said, "Yeah, we're gonna stop after 2 because we don't want people going in time." Even though I feel like he would have shined more in a Going in Time film with the Turtles than he did with these other ones he did, for some reason.
Right.
Because nobody
I'm
liked
sure
the
he still
third.
has plans for another movie. They just haven't gotten around to making it yet.
I just didn't.
Because they have done pretty badly with the critics, and I don't know the numbers on how they did in box office. I'm guessing not as well as Paramount would have hoped.
Yeah, that's true. Even part 2, Secret of the Ooze was actually my favorite turtle movie of the 3.
Right.
And it only got a 6 out of 10 on IMDb and a 35% on Rotten Tomatoes. But that was literally one of those films that you grew with it.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't realize until after you grow up and was like, wow, I actually did enjoy that movie. Like, you know what I mean? Like, for me, I enjoyed it instantly. But I know a lot of people out there like, damn, like, oh, that was pretty cool. Like, the fact that you can recite certain things. Like, when NECA came out with their new line that they're releasing in June, and it had Toka and Razor there, and they're like, oh, my God, is the donut there that they eat? And it's there with the cube inside. Like, okay, everybody's, like, going batshit crazy because of that part. Like, oh, my God, like, they're doing Raphael in his trench coat, and they got him going against Casey Jones as a NECA figure, and like, oh my God, a Jose Canseco back, and everybody, like, you can read on the comments are like, Jose Canseco back, like, oh my God, that was so iconic, oh my God, thank you NECA. They're like praising them
Right.
for doing the detail work that they needed to do. They made like a video out of the freaking action figures that looked better than Michael Bay's film. That's the sad part about it is. Like, one day I'm going to play it for you guys. I'm going to play it for Kills Before He Leaves, because that's what has happened. But anyway.
I think you played it for me already.
No, I never played it for you.
This is new?
No, this is new.
new?
This
Okay.
is kind of new. So,
By the way, I do want to clarify my earlier comment about you missing the figure was not a dig on you or anything. I was commenting on how these are good quality figures that are actually sought after.
oh yeah, definitely. So now you got to maybe go get out of the shot and get one.
You're going to do it? You're going to do it?
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
And you're going to go Super Shredder?
Actually, this is not Super Shredder. This is regular Shredder. This is the regular Shredder, right, from the 1990s movie. Okay, you can kind of see it. You can see the detail in it, which is really cool. And I know you guys who are just listening not going to see this, but you can check them out online. Just go to NECA.com, and you can check them out, these action figures. But right now, they're very high commodity because they're like, they're only like 25 or $30, but once they're out, they're pretty much out unless they come out with a new wave. When they hardly ever come out with a new wave.
I remember the one time we went to Frankensons together, and you made it your mission to find that Leonardo figure.
Yeah, that was my mission.
And then there was one guy who had the set of all four, and he wanted like, what was it, $120?
Yeah, he wanted the set of whole four. At the time, he wanted like $150 for the set of four. I'm like, well, I just need the one. And he's like, nope, I'm only going to sell them as a set. He didn't want to piece them out. And then I found one because there's knockoffs. And they look pretty good. If you don't know what to look for, you get a fucking knockoff real quick.
Oh, yeah.
So, but yeah, man. And you had to order them through GameStop. And it is just, it's bad. But the new NECA figures are get the order through. They're going to be Walmart exclusives, and everybody's so mad because it's a Walmart exclusive because it's like Walmart don't take care of shit. No more Walmart don't take care of shit. So people are just super mad that it's at Walmart, and so when they release it, so that's how bad people love this. That's how much people love this film. To be like, yo, don't fuck this up. Anyway, so
I just have a question.
Go ahead.
And this is just me asking. When did we get our checks from NECA? You guys have been like promoting them like left and right. So I'm just want to know when they started sponsoring us and when do I get my check?
You know what? I'm hoping they listen to the podcast. They'll be like, you know what? Let's do that.
That would be great.
Because we'll do a Power Ranger one, so Mike can go crazy with his stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't think NECA does.
They
Power
don't
Rangers.
yet. They don't yet because let's think about it. Like,
Hasbro currently has the rights.
Yeah.
Who?
Hasbro.
Hasbro still has the rights. Yeah, Hasbro needs
Well, no, it used to be Bandai. Now it's Hasbro.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's a whole different podcast. Maybe we'll redo that one too because I think with you back on the podcast, with you on the podcast, I don't think you were there for the original one we did Power Rangers.
No.
So it probably
No, I wasn't.
yeah. So it might rather do that one
I
again
have,
too.
Both of the movies right here, actually.
I know, right? There it is.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh. But you don't have the other one.
Oh,
Well,
the Turbo?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have Turbo.
I don't have that one with me.
To put in the set.
I don't talk about that one. I mean, it's an okay movie, but
It's the redheaded stepchild of the franchise.
but it's not Mighty Morphin, so I don't really.
Keep them to it's kind of separate.
It
Got
doesn't
you.
matter to keep it with that. Yeah.
So it
I
is,
feel you.
so it
Plus,
is the redheaded
everyone
stepchild.
hated Turbo.
It's the
anyways.
redheaded stepchild.
It's the
Yeah,
redheaded
it is.
stepchild.
Just like the Turtle movie that came, like they try to do as like a sequel, the cartoon one, the animated
I liked
one.
that one, though.
That shit was garbage. Stop that.
I liked that
Stop
one.
that.
I did. I liked that one.
Stop that. Leonardo went off to freaking some South American country because to think. What the? He came back on a freaking what? The, come on, man. That shit was so damn. If you don't stop it.
I liked it.
If you don't stop it,
I liked it.
I don't know why you like that shit.
I liked it.
Something's wrong with you.
The only part I didn't like about it was April O'Neil going to Japan to become a ninja.
Yeah, that was
the only part
weird.
I didn't like.
Yeah, that was super weird. But
And then gonna come back with this
All I'm
mighty
s-
tight suit with Casey Jones with his metal mask.
look, and then that's what we didn't talk about is the fact that in the second movie of the remake in the 2016 they bring out Casey, and he's a cop. I'll go with that for right now. I'll go with that.
He's a hockey player pretending to be a cop.
He's a hockey player pretending to be a cop. I'm gonna go with that because it's Michael Bay. That's the closest you got. You got close. You got close, Michael Bay. Because in the original, the nigga didn't have a job. Like we didn't know he was Tommy.
vigilante.
He was Tommy.
Yeah.
Shut up. You don't got no damn job. But because nobody knew the fuck he did.
Was it? Casey. He was gonna go pro, but then he had an injury or something.
Right.
Yeah. So I did like the fact that they brought out the mask for the movie.
I just hate the fact that they only had the mask for like that one quick scene.
And that's the part that freaking got me upset. Like him being a cop.
The whole movie was upsetting to you.
But what I'm saying, but him being a cop, can you imagine if Michael Bay just went more with that? Well, him being a cop and then like, you know, the whole thing happened in the movie where he kind of like falling out with his chief and all this stuff, and he's going against the Foot Clan. He's, you know, trained in, you know, weaponry because he's a cop, so he has, you know, training with a gun at least. So imagine him as like a totally different kind of Casey with the mask, and then like this other kind of get up he had with guns.
More vigilante.
So more like a Punisher type of Casey.
Exactly. Jones. Like if I think about like exactly, like that would make sense. That would make a little bit better sense to me, and I would have liked that because it's going with the flow of the movie. Like if you're gonna make the foot soldiers more modern with guns and stuff like that, why not make Casey the same kind of thing? But I mean, you know, him with the mask on, and he can have like a regular leather jacket. Like he could have been like, you know, wearing all black with whatever with a mask.
So you're making him the Raphael of the original with the fighting on the roof and everything. So you know you're putting him in the trench coat.
Yeah, to a certain not putting him in a trench coat, but I'm just saying like it would make more sense when once he went vigilante, you know he went vigilante, right. And he walked around with that mask on, so nobody knew it was him. Because he's still a police officer.
So Mike,
but they didn't go on that.
So Mike, was he not a self-respecting New Yorker since he didn't have a gun after he after he got
the self-respecting criminal in New York? Yes.
Criminal,
no.
Yeah.
Well, vigilante is a criminal. Yep. Vigilante is a criminal.
And then
fact you think you're arguing for Casey to have a gun?
Well, I mean. Hey,
I think he should have had one. I think he should have had one in the remake.
I think he
not his official police sidearm though.
Yeah.
No. That one you keep on the ankle. You know?
He could have had something else.
Non-official one.
He could have had something else. So Kills, real before we get out of here, man. What's something else that you didn't like about the movie?
Which one?
Let's conclude all of them right now.
All of them. Well, like I said, I like the fact that when they modernized the Turtles, they gave them more of their personalities.
Okay.
In the newer movies. I didn't like Krang.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I just didn't.
Me either. I didn't like him either.
Michelangelo said it best. He looked like a piece of chewed up bubble gum.
That's true.
As far as the originals, I like the third one only because I'm a big fan of Japanese culture and stuff like that.
Definitely.
That's the only thing that held me onto that movie. Because I didn't like the fact that they brought them to the future and then they didn't really do anything. Then it was all about the turtles, so why we bring the guys to the future? Just send the turtles back and be done with it. And then I still didn't like the fact that they still did not explain how these turtles, even in the dark, how these turtles are hiding in New York City, one of the brightest lit cities in America, short of Vegas. How are they hiding in New York and they're 8 foot tall? I mean, that's the one thing I agree with you about, Carl.
Yeah.
I did not like the fact that, you know, you got 8 foot tall turtles. They blend.
Now here's the thing. Hey Mike, check this out. I'm gonna ask Kills a trivia question about
Oh shit.
the movie, right?
Okay.
I want to see if he gets it, to see how much of a fan he is on both sides of the spectrum. And if you don't know what I mean, you'll get it right now. So for those who know, leave it in the comments. But I'm about to ask a question. So
I'm
in Secret,
about to fail.
so in Secret of the Ooze, okay, Teenage
Uh-huh.
Mutant Turtles, Secret of the Ooze,
Uh-huh.
who played Shredder? Ooh, if you guys know who played Shredder in Secret of the Ooze, I want you guys to go ahead and type it in the comment section, even though, you know, I'll just see how well you guys knew before you do this.
And
Before you
no,
answer.
and no Googling.
No
before.
Googling, because I think Mike's Googling right now. It sounds like what he's doing.
Yeah, is it okay that I'm Googling it? I'm not going to say the answer.
Okay, then.
I actually, I don't know.
All right, so I'm going to tell you, and you're getting ready to, you're going to be like, oh, really? You ready?
Okay.
I'm going to give you some more clues, though.
Okay.
He's a wrestler.
Okay.
He's tall.
Wait, in Secret of the Ooze, you said?
Yeah. He's tall.
Okay.
He was in WCW.
Okay.
Do you have a clue yet? You understand?
I want to say Mark Calloway.
No. Let's see. He had a couple names for his height.
And for those of you who don't know, that's The Undertaker. But you're not talking about the Giant.
No.
I didn't think so.
I'll give you another clue. He was also part of NWO.
Are you talking Big Sexy?
Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash?
Kevin Nash actually
Big Daddy Cool?
plays Shredder.
Super Shredder specifically.
Super Shredder. He plays Super Shredder.
Right.
I'm sorry. I
Had
should
a
have been more
different
specific. I'm sorry.
character As the regular Shredder.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
No problem.
But yeah, he played a Shredder in the movie, and a lot of people didn't know that. People don't know who Kevin Nash is, so it's kind of funny. But yeah, Big Sexy or Big Diesel.
Big Daddy Diesel.
Big Bad. Say his names.
Big
and
Daddy Diesel. Big Sexy.
Yeah.
Big Daddy Cool.
Yeah. There you go. You always have
Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash, man.
Now, but do you remember Vinny Vegas? That was his name in WCW.
You see, I don't remember his name. I didn't remember his name in WCW. I just remember he. Yeah. Anyway.
But,
So.
Well, when he was first in WCW.
Got you. So what? Any final thoughts, guys? On
Actually, I do have.
Okay, go ahead.
I have to mention this because he was a friend of mine, and he passed away because of cancer. But he was one of the Foot.
okay.
One of my friends. His name is Bradley Beaver.
Okay.
He was actually cast as one of the Foot
Oh, that's dope.
in both movies.
Oh shoot, that's cool. When you can get like a redone, like for an actor, like we can get a call back like that. That's good money too. That's some good money right there. You was a Foot Soldier. I want that costume. Like I really need to get that costume, that original Foot Soldier costume, because that shit is lit. That shit is lit. I'm sorry to say that, but I actually just ordered a crate, so that has all the specialty stuff in it, and one is the Shredder's logo on the bandana from the original.
Oh, okay.
So I have that coming.
Okay.
And and a couple of little trinkets from the movies that it's pretty solid. But once again, guys, I want to say thank you guys for tuning in and listening to the Blast from the Past movie podcast. I've been one of your hosts, CJ.
Joe Kill, keeping it real.
And I'm Mad Mike.
And it's the Blast saying peace.
Peace.
Oh.